Welcome, former acting U.S. Attorney General Matthew Whitaker, back to the show. Great to have you back on, sir. Your reaction to this news?
Well, this is a big step, and no one should be afraid of looking back and seeing what happened, and no one should be afraid of sitting in the chair and answering questions, because right now we don't know enough to actually understand what the origins of the Russia collusion fable were. And so I think it's very important that these 50 people sit down, just like former Deputy Attorney General Rod Rosenstein did, and answer the questions of the Senate, because these questions have to be answered, and the American people deserve transparency and they deserve accountability.
Yeah, we've been reporting for about 3 years now on this, and we've been reporting since at least last year that the FBI knew in late 2016 and by early 2017 they did not have the evidence of Trump-Russia collusion, but then later Robert Mueller was appointed special counsel anyway. Your reaction to the Senate panel also rejecting a call by Democrats to subpoena those associated with Trump, like Michael Cohen, Roger Stone, and Michael Flynn. Senator Lindsey Graham says, you know what, if you want to bring Robert Mueller in, we would be open to that. Senator Graham is saying, McCabe and Comey, your day is coming. What do you think is going to happen here?
Yeah, these Senate subpoenas are obviously looking as to what was happening in late 2016, early 2017, the Obama Department of Justice, the Obama administration. And so a lot of these folks associated with Trump really don't have any part of that story. And I think it's going to be very important to find out who can point to one piece of evidence that was used to predicate this investigation, whether it's the interview with Flynn, whether it's the appointment of Bob Mueller. All of these acts appear to be not predicated properly according to the DOJ standards. And so, I'm going to be watching this very carefully to hear finally who has the piece of evidence that even allowed these investigations to proceed in the first place.
Yeah, because they use a secret FISA court you normally use to go after terrorists to do surveillance on an opposition candidate. You know, the other news on the Trump-Russia probe today, a newly declassified document was released, a footnote on the 2017 The Powerful Intelligence Community Assessment on Russian Interference that came out in 2017. That now unredacted declassified footnote shows the FBI did know in 2017 that Democrat-funded opposition research, the Steele dossier, had only, quote, limited corroboration. Now, Republicans, as we've been reporting, say it does show FBI officials knew early on that this discredited dossier at the heart of the FBI's and the Obama administration's unlawful surveillance of the Trump campaign was not verified. It was uncorroborated. This was even before Robert Mueller took over the Russia probe. So that's the thing. The question is, Obama administration officials, President Obama and Joe Biden, how much do they know that it was uncorroborated and still pushed ahead with the Robert Mueller probe? You know, President Obama and Vice President Biden were monitoring what was going on with this case.
They were. There's the famous January 5th meeting where Comey, Biden, Obama, and others were in the room that it was eventually written down on January 20th by Susan Rice. But, you know, this recently, the document we received today, this 2-page footnote, really demonstrates that this was the thinnest of rumors that was then ultimately, when they went back to get it properly verified, they couldn't verify it, and yet it was used to substantiate several of these FISA, including the renewal that former Deputy Attorney General Rod Rosenstein spoke of last week, that he said he never would have signed if he had known how many errors and omissions were in this. And so it appears, as we take each step back, that this dossier was used to conduct illegal surveillance on Carter Page and ultimately on the Trump campaign.
Yeah, you know, I want to get your reaction before we go. What's your reaction to what's going on in Lieutenant General Michael Flynn's case? I mean, Michael Flynn's lawyer has filed a new legal brief that says, quote, the game is over. This court should order the umpire to leave the field, meaning the federal judge Emmett Sullivan delaying and pushing back on the Justice Department motion to dismiss Flynn's case. What is your take on what's going on with this case?
I think it's outrageous, and I think ultimately the Court of Appeals needs to take this case away from Judge Sullivan.
Matthew, great to have you on, sir. Come back soon.
Thank you, Liz. We will.